Commander Alice Barrett stood at the main window of Earth Defense Station Alpha, watching the stars. She had been in charge of the station for 5 years, but today felt different. Something in her gut told her this wasn't going to be a normal day. She was right. "Commander," Lieutenant Paul Adams rushed into the control room, his face pale. "We're picking up multiple objects entering the solar system. They're big, and they're moving fast." Alice walked quickly to the main screen. The radar showed hundreds of ships, each bigger than anything humans had ever built, moving toward Earth. They had passed Jupiter's orbit in minutes. "Get me Earth Command," she ordered, keeping her voice calm even though her heart was racing. The screen lit up, showing General Frank Cooper's serious face. "We see them too, Commander," he said before she could speak. "All defense stations are on high alert. Dr. Peter Nash is activating the quantum shield system." Alice nodded. The quantum shield was humanity's best-kept secret, a defense system that could protect the entire planet. They had never tested it against real alien weapons, but today they might have to. Suddenly, all screens in the station flickered. A face appeared. At least, Alice thought it was a face. The alien had gray-blue skin, 4 eyes, and what looked like metal plates growing from its skull. "People of Earth," the alien spoke in perfect English, which made Alice even more worried. They had been watching humans long enough to learn their languages. "I am Supreme Commander Zex Thor of the Galactic War Council. Your planet is now under our protection. Surrender your weapons and accept our rule, or face destruction." Alice looked at her crew. Everyone was quiet, waiting. They had trained for this moment, but training was different from reality. Then a new voice joined the conversation. "This is Dr. Peter Nash from Earth Defense Research. Before you make threats, you might want to scan our planet again." Alice smiled. Peter had already turned on the quantum shield. The alien commander's 4 eyes widened as his ship's sensors showed him what humanity could do. "Impossible," Zex Thor said. "Your technology level. Our data showed. Your data is wrong," Alice said, standing tall. "Humanity doesn't surrender. Not to bullies, not to anyone." The alien's face showed confusion, then anger. "Very well. You choose destruction." The screen went dark. "All stations, battle positions," Alice ordered. Around Earth, other defense stations like hers prepared for humanity's first space battle. But she wasn't worried. They had prepared for this day for decades. The alien ships fired their weapons. Beams of energy that could destroy planets rushed toward Earth. Everyone held their breath. The quantum shield lit up like a second sun. The alien weapons hit it and disappeared. Not reflected, not absorbed, just gone. Dr. Nash's invention didn't just stop attacks. It erased them from existence. "How is this possible?" Zex Thor's voice came through again, now with a trace of fear. "Your species, you were supposed to be primitives." Alice walked to the front of her control room. Her crew watched proudly as she addressed the alien commander. "We learned long ago to be ready for anything," she said. "While you watched us, thinking we were primitive, we watched you back. We learned, we prepared, and we surpassed you." The alien ships started to pull back. Their mighty weapons had failed, and now they didn't know what to do. "Commander," Paul called out, "they're retreating. All ships are turning around." Alice nodded. "Let them go. They need to tell their council what happened here." As the alien fleet disappeared into deep space, faster than they had arrived, Earth celebrated its first victory against an alien threat. But Alice knew this was just the beginning. In the days that followed, Earth's leaders met to plan their next moves. The quantum shield had worked perfectly, but they knew the Galactic War Council wouldn't give up easily. Dr. Nash presented his newest inventions to the Earth Defense Council. The shield was just the start, he explained, showing holographic designs for weapons and ships that would make the aliens' technology look ancient. "We've been preparing for war in space for generations. Now it's time to show them everything we can do." Alice sat in these meetings, helping plan humanity's response. They wouldn't just defend. They would take the fight to the enemy. Show them why threatening Earth had been their biggest mistake. The Galactic War Council thought they found an easy target, General Cooper said in the final meeting. Instead, they found out that humans are the most dangerous species in the galaxy, and were just getting started. As Alice returned to her station, she looked at the stars again. Somewhere out there, the Galactic War Council was realizing their mistake. They had wanted to find primitive humans to conquer. Instead, they had awakened the sleeping giant. The next time they met, humanity wouldn't just defend. They would show the galaxy why Earth was not to be threatened. The age of human space dominance was about to begin. And Commander Alice Barrett would help lead the way. As the first alien ships retreated from Earth, news spread quickly through the galaxy. The mighty Galactic War Council, which had conquered hundreds of worlds, had failed to defeat a single planet. Their best weapons couldn't break through Earth's defenses. Their threats meant nothing to these strange, dangerous humans. In his command ship, Supreme Commander Zex Thor prepared to face the Council's anger. How could he explain that the supposedly primitive humans had technology that made their best weapons useless? How had they hidden their true power for so long? What he didn't know was that this was just the beginning. Humanity had many more surprises waiting, and the galaxy would never be the same. Back on Earth Defense Station Alpha, Commander Barrett looked at the latest reports. The quantum shield had worked even better than they had hoped. Dr. Nash was already working on new improvements, making their defenses even stronger. "What do you think they'll do next?" Lieutenant Adams asked her. Alice smiled. "They'll probably try to attack again, with bigger weapons and more ships." She looked at the stars, where the alien fleet had disappeared. "But we'll be ready. We always are." The first battle for Earth's future was over. Humanity had won without firing a single shot, but everyone knew this was just the first chapter in a much bigger story. The war for human space dominance had begun. 2 weeks after the failed alien attack on Earth, Captain Samuel Woods sat in the bridge of the Earth warship Star Venture. His ship, along with 5 others, waited quietly behind Saturn's largest moon, Titan. They were about to show the aliens that humans could do more than just defend. "All ships report ready, Captain," said Lieutenant Jennifer Kelly, her fingers moving quickly over the computer screen. She was the best at finding and breaking alien communication codes, which made her perfect for this mission. "Good," Samuel said, looking at the giant gas planet through his window. "Is our new AI system working?" "Yes, sir," Jennifer replied. "Dr. Linda Martinez's tactical AI is fully online. It's already tracking enemy movements better than our old systems." The plan was simple but dangerous. They would attack the nearest alien military base, which the Zex Thor species had built on a moon near the star Proxima Centauri. It would be humanity's first strike beyond the solar system. "Message from Earth Command," Jennifer announced. "We have permission to begin Operation First Strike." Samuel nodded and pressed the ship-wide communication button. "All crew, this is your captain speaking. Today, we show the galaxy that humans can do more than hide behind shields. Ready for light jump in 5 minutes." The light jump system was another secret human technology. While the aliens used normal space engines, humans had found a way to travel through light itself. They could cross light years in minutes. "All ships, activate stealth systems," Samuel ordered. This was Dr. Martinez's other great invention, a way to hide ships completely from alien sensors. The small fleet disappeared from view. Then, in flashes of bright light, they vanished from the solar system. They reappeared near Proxima Centauri. The alien base sat on a gray, rocky moon, its purple metal buildings shining under the red dwarf star's light. "No alarms," Jennifer reported, listening to alien communications. "They don't see us." Samuel smiled. "Launch the drones." Small, unmanned ships flew from each human warship. They carried special weapons designed to disable, not destroy. Humanity wanted to show mercy, even in war. The drones struck first, shutting down the base's power systems. Alien soldiers ran around in confusion as their equipment stopped working. "Now, people," Samuel ordered, "show them what humans can do." The Star Venture and its sister ships appeared suddenly above the base, their weapons fired with perfect accuracy, guided by the tactical eye. Within minutes, the alien defense towers were smoking ruins. "Sir," Jennifer called out, excitement in her voice, "I'm into their computer systems. You won't believe what I'm finding." She put the information on the main screen. The aliens had been watching Earth for centuries, but they had completely misunderstood humans. They thought human movies and stories about space travel were just imagination. They never guessed that humans were using entertainment to hide their real space research. "Send it all to Earth Command," Samuel ordered, "and download everything about their other bases." But then alarms started ringing. "Captain," Jennifer shouted, "3 alien battleships just appeared. They're bigger than anything we've seen before." Samuel stayed calm. This was why they had Dr. Martinez's eye. "Let the computer handle the combat calculations," he ordered. "All ships, battle formation Delta." The human ships moved in perfect coordination, like dancers in space. The alien ships fired their weapons, but they couldn't hit the faster, smarter human ships. "Their technology is more advanced than ours in some ways," Jennifer said, reading from her screen. "But our AI makes our ships work better together. They'd fight alone. We fight as one." The battle lasted 20 minutes. When it ended, the 3 alien ships were floating powerless in space, disabled by human weapons. The alien base had surrendered. "Message from the base commander," Jennifer reported. They want to know how we got so powerful without them noticing." Samuel walked to the front of his bridge, looking down at the alien base. "Tell them we'll explain everything to the Galactic War Council soon enough." The human fleet secured the base quickly. They found thousands of files about alien plans and weapons. But more importantly, they found proof that the Galactic War Council was lying to its own people. "Look at this," Jennifer said, showing Samuel a document. "They tell everyone they protect developing worlds. But really, they conquer them and take their resources. They were planning to do the same to Earth." Samuel felt glad they had stopped the aliens' first attack. "Send all of this to Earth Command. The galaxy needs to know the truth about the Council." As his crew worked, Samuel sent a message to the captured alien soldiers. "We won't hurt you," he promised. "Humans aren't cruel like your leaders. We'll treat you fairly and send you home when we can." The aliens seemed surprised by this kindness. Many of them had been told humans were violent savages. Now they were seeing the truth. "Captain," Jennifer called out, "Earth Command says we should head to the next target. There are 4 more bases in nearby star systems." Samuel nodded. In just one day, humanity had gone from defending Earth to attacking alien bases, but they were doing it their way, with smart planning, advanced technology, and mercy when possible. "All ships, prepare for light jump," he ordered. "Let's show the galaxy what humanity can really do." On the captured alien base, the Zexthor soldiers watched in amazement as the human ships disappeared in flashes of light. They had thought they were the most advanced species in this part of the galaxy. Now they knew better. Back on the Star Venture, Jennifer made an interesting discovery. "Sir, according to these files, there are 15 other species that don't like the Council's rule. They just haven't been strong enough to fight back." Samuel smiled. "Well, maybe it's time they found out they have a new ally. Humanity isn't just fighting for Earth anymore. We're fighting for everyone the Council has hurt." As the human fleet headed toward their next target, news of their victory was already spreading through alien communication channels. The species that had feared the Council for so long were beginning to hope. Maybe these humans would change everything. The counterstrike had begun, and it was just the first step in humanity's plan to bring freedom to the galaxy. Admiral Christopher Grant stood in the command center of the Earth flagship Morning Star, watching 3 giant screens showing battles in different parts of the galaxy. Human ships were winning everywhere they fought. After a month of attacks, the Galactic War Council was finally starting to panic. "Status report," he called out to his crew. "All 3 battle groups are succeeding, sir," responded Officer Steve Baker. "Major Diana Russell's stealth team has gotten inside the Council's main military base on planet Zex-9. Christopher nodded. Diana was the best at secret missions. While the aliens were busy fighting human ships, she would strike at their heart. On the Council's home planet, High Commander Vic Sol was having the worst day of his life. Nothing was working the way it should. Humans were attacking everywhere at once, and his soldiers couldn't stop them. "How are they doing this?" he shouted at his advisors. "They're fighting in 3 sectors at once. Their ships appear from nowhere. They know all our secrets." One of his officers, looking scared, handed him a report. "Sir, we've lost contact with the Zex-9 base." Inside that base, Major Diana Russell and her team moved silently through dark corridors. They wore special suits that made them invisible to alien sensors. Years of training had prepared them for this mission. "Team 2, report," Diana whispered into her comm unit. "We've reached the main computer room," came the quiet reply from Surgeon John Carter. "Starting data download now." Diana smiled. The aliens didn't know it yet, but humans were about to learn all their military secrets. Her team had planted special devices throughout the base that would let Earth's ships track every alien vessel in the galaxy. Back on the Morning Star, Admiral Grant received an urgent message. "Sir, Major Russell's team has succeeded. We're getting their data now." Christopher watched as new information filled his screens. Now he could see every alien ship, every base, every secret installation. The Council couldn't hide anything anymore. "Send this data to all our ships," he ordered, "and get me Earth Command." The main screen changed to show General Frank Cooper back on Earth. "Admiral, I assume you have good news." "Better than good, sir," Christopher replied. "We can see everything now. The Council's fleet is splitting up. They're scared and confused. It's time for the final push." Frank nodded. "Do it. Show them why you don't mess with humanity." Christopher turned to his crew. "Send orders to all ships. Begin Operation Thunderstrike." Across 3 galactic sectors, human ships appeared near every major alien military base at the same time. The Council's forces tried to fight back, but they couldn't match human technology and teamwork. On Zex-9, Diana's team had one more job to do. They reached the base's control room, where they found something surprising. A group of alien workers trying to send secret messages to other species in the galaxy. "Please," one of the aliens said when they saw Diana. "We're not soldiers. We've been forced to work for the Council. Many of us want them stopped." Diana lowered her weapon. "That's exactly what we're here to do," she said. "Want to help." The aliens agreed quickly. They helped Diana's team send messages to every planet in Council space, showing proof of the Council's lies and crimes. Meanwhile, High Commander Vic Sol watched in horror as his military fell apart. Human ships were everywhere. His best base had gone silent. And now his own people were turning against him. "Send everything we have," he screamed at his commanders. "Every ship, every weapon. Stop them." But it was too late. The Council's ships were scattered and confused. Human vessels appeared and disappeared like ghosts, striking with perfect accuracy and then vanishing again. Admiral Grant watched with satisfaction as the alien fleets tried to fight back. Their ships were powerful but didn't work well together. Humans had spent years practicing how to fight as teams, and it showed. "Sir," Steve called out, "Major Russell reports that the Zex-9 base is under our control. The local population is helping her. They're tired of the Council's rule." Christopher smiled. This was even better than they had hoped. They weren't just winning battles, they were winning hearts and minds. "Message from Earth Command," another officer announced. "Dr. Martinez has finished analyzing the alien fleet movements. Their ships are running out of fuel. They can't keep fighting much longer." The admiral nodded. The council had gotten too confident over the years. They weren't ready for a long fight, especially against an enemy that could appear anywhere at any time. Diana's voice came through the comm system. "Admiral, you should see this. We found the council's secret files. They've been lying to everyone for centuries. They're not really the strongest species. They just had better weapons than everyone else. Until now." Christopher looked at his battle screens again. The council's mighty fleet was in chaos. Their ships were either running away or surrendering. Centuries of power were ending in just a few weeks. "Send word to all human ships," he ordered. "The council's fleet is broken. Begin final phase. Disable their remaining ships, but try not to destroy them. Show them that humanity knows how to win with honor." As the battles ended one by one, Christopher thought about how quickly things had changed. A month ago, the council had thought humans were primitive creatures to be conquered. Now they were learning that humanity had grown up in secret, preparing for this moment. "Sir," Steve reported with a smile, "we're getting surrender messages from council bases across all 3 sectors. They're giving up." The admiral nodded. "Tell Major Russell to secure their central command. And send word to Earth. Phase 3 is complete. The council's military power is finished." As the news spread through the galaxy, other alien species began to celebrate. The council's iron grip on power was broken, and they had humanity to thank for it. But the biggest changes were still to come. The age of the Galactic War Council was ending. The age of humanity was just beginning. Ambassador Richard Cole adjusted his suit as he walked through the giant halls of the Galactic Council's meeting chamber. The walls were made of a strange purple metal that seemed to glow. 2 weeks had passed since human forces had defeated the Council's military, and now it was time for talking. "Remember," Chief Negotiator Mary Stevens whispered beside him, "we're not here to punish them. We're here to build a better galaxy." Richard nodded. The huge doors opened, revealing a round room filled with representatives from over 50 alien species. Some looked almost human, others were completely different. All of them watched the 2 humans enter. High Commander Vixul sat in his special chair, looking much less proud than before. His 4 eyes followed the humans as they walked to the speaking platform. "This emergency session of the Galactic Council will now begin," announced a tall, green-skinned alien. "The human representatives have the floor." Richard stepped forward. "Thank you," he said clearly. "We are here today because the old way of doing things must end. The Galactic War Council has ruled through fear and lies for too long." Mary touched a small device on her wrist. The air filled with holograms showing proof of the Council's crimes. There were records of them attacking peaceful worlds, stealing resources, and keeping other species from developing their own technology. "As you can see," Mary said, "the Council has not been protecting the galaxy. They have been controlling it." Angry shouts filled the room. Many species were learning the truth for the first time. Some representatives stood up, pointing at Vixul and shouting in their own languages. "Order!" The green-skinned alien called out. "Let the humans finish." Richard held up his hands. "We humans could take control now. Our ships are stronger. Our technology is better. But that's not why we're here. We want something different." He pressed a button, and new holograms appeared. These showed plans for sharing technology, opening trade routes, and helping all species develop and grow. "Impossible!" Vixul suddenly shouted. "You can't trust these humans. They hide their true power. They trick and deceive." Mary stepped forward. "We hid our power because we knew what you would do if you saw it. Look at what you did to the Zentari when they developed new engines, or the Bluriks when they found a better way to travel through space." More holograms showed these events. The Council had attacked both species, destroying their discoveries and forcing them to stay weak. "The humans are right," a small blue alien said, standing up. "My people were almost destroyed when we developed better farming technology. The Council said we were becoming too powerful." Other representatives began sharing similar stories. The council had kept them all afraid and separated, unable to work together or grow stronger. "This is why we came prepared," Richard announced. He showed new holograms, pictures of human ships protecting different alien worlds. "We've already started helping those who want to be free from council control." Vixlol jumped up. "You dare. This is our territory. Our space." "No," Mary said firmly. "Space belongs to everyone. The galaxy belongs to all species, not just the ones with the biggest weapons." A tall bird-like alien stepped forward. "The humans are offering us freedom and help. What has the council ever offered except threats and control?" More representatives stood up, moving away from the council members. They gathered near the humans, showing their support. "We propose a new system," Richard explained. "A true galactic council where all species have a voice, where we share knowledge instead of hiding it, where we help each other grow instead of keeping each other weak." Mary showed more plans. "We'll start by sharing our quantum shield technology with any world that wants protection. Then we'll help each species develop their own special abilities and technologies." The room grew quiet as everyone thought about this idea. For centuries, the council had told them that working together would lead to chaos. But humans had proved that teamwork made everyone stronger. "I call for a vote," the bird-like alien announced. "We should remove the War Council from power and accept the humans' offer." Vixol tried to object, but nobody was listening to him anymore. One by one, representatives stood up to vote. They had seen how humans treated their defeated enemies with kindness. They had watched human ships protect weaker worlds from council attacks. "The vote is clear," the green-skinned alien announced. "The Galactic War Council is removed from power. We will begin working with the humans to build a new system." Richard smiled as happy sounds filled the room. Aliens who had been enemies for centuries were talking to each other, sharing their stories and hopes. "It worked," Mary whispered to him. "They're choosing to work together." "Of course it worked," Richard replied. "We just had to show them a better way." As the meeting ended, representatives from many species came to talk to the humans. They all wanted to know more about Earth's plans for the future. "We'll help everyone," Richard promised them. "But you have to help each other too. That's the only way to make sure the galaxy stays free and peaceful." The aliens agreed eagerly. After centuries of fear and control, they were ready for change, and humanity would lead the way. Back on Earth, leaders watched the meeting through special screens. Everything was going according to plan. Humanity hadn't just won a war. They had won the peace that came after. The galaxy was changing, and this time, it was changing for the better. 3 months after the great meeting, Commander Alice Barrett stood on the bridge of her new ship, the Earth Unity. She watched as ships from 20 different alien species flew together in perfect formation. They were practicing for the first Galactic Defense Force parade. "It's amazing how much has changed," Lieutenant Paul Adams said, standing beside her. He had followed her from the defense station to this new ship. "Send the signal to begin the next formation," Alice ordered. As she watched, the alien ships moved into a new pattern, showing how well they had learned to work together. On the Zexthor homeworld, Dr. Peter Nash was teaching alien scientists about human technology. They sat in a large room, watching as he showed them how the quantum shield worked. "The secret isn't just the technology," he explained to them. "It's learning to share knowledge and work together. That's what makes us strong." The alien scientists nodded eagerly. After centuries of being forced to keep secrets, they were finally free to learn and create together. Back on Earth, the new Galactic Council was meeting in a special building built just for them. Ambassador Richard Cole smiled as he watched representatives from 50 species talking and working together. "Progress report," he said to Mary Stevens, who was now the head of Galactic Cooperation. "Better than we hoped," she replied happily. 10 more species have joined our alliance this week. The old council's power is completely gone." Suddenly, alarms started ringing. Everyone looked up at the big screens. A group of ships was attacking a peaceful planet on the edge of known space. "It's High Commander Vixel," someone shouted. He gathered some loyal soldiers and stolen ships. They're trying to show they're still powerful. But this time, nobody was scared. Alice Barrett's voice came through the communication system. "Earth Unity to Galactic Council. We see the attack. Don't worry, we're not alone anymore." On the screens, everyone watched as ships from 12 different species appeared around the planet. Humans had taught them all how to use the light jump technology. Now they could protect each other. "Attention, Vixol." Alice's voice rang out. "You are surrounded by the combined Galactic Defense Force. Surrender now." The old council leader's voice came back angry and loud. "Never. We ruled this galaxy for 1,000 years. We won't bow to humans and weaklings." "Then you leave us no choice," Alice said calmly. She turned to her crew. "Activate the new defense system." Dr. Nash's latest invention sprang to life. A special field spread out from the human and alien ships, surrounding Vixol's fleet. Their weapons stopped working. Their engines shut down. They were trapped. What is this?" Vixol's voice shook with fear. "This is what happens when species work together," Alice explained. "Humans didn't create this alone. Scientists from 5 different worlds helped build it. That's something you never understood. We're all stronger when we work together." One by one, Vixol's ships surrendered. The last piece of the old council's power was gone. In the council building on Earth, cheers filled the air. Representatives hugged each other, celebrating not just the victory, but how they had achieved it, by working together. "Send messages to all worlds," Richard announced. "The last followers of the old council have been defeated. The galaxy is truly free." Over the next few weeks, more changes came quickly. The combined fleet patrolled space together, keeping everyone safe. Scientists from different species made amazing discoveries by sharing their knowledge. Worlds that had been poor under the old council's rule started to grow and prosper. On the Earth Unity, Alice watched it all with pride. Her ship had become a symbol of the new way. Humans and aliens working side by side as equals. "Commander," Paul called out. "You should see this." He showed her pictures from across the galaxy. Alien children were playing together in new parks. Species that once fought each other were now trading and helping each other. The galaxy was becoming what it always should have been, a place where everyone could grow and succeed together. "Message from Earth Command," Paul announced. "They want us to lead the first joint training mission to the outer sectors. 10 species will send their best ships to learn from us." Alice smiled. This was what humanity had really wanted all along. Not to rule the galaxy, but to help make it better for everyone. In his laboratory, Dr. Nash worked with alien scientists on new inventions. "Together, we can solve any problem," he told them. "That's the real secret of human success. We never stop learning, and we're not afraid to learn from others." The alien scientists had discovered that humans had another special quality. They loved to teach and share what they knew. This was very different from the old council, which kept all knowledge secret. At the Galactic Council, Mary showed Richard the latest reports. "Every sector shows improvement," she said. "Trade is up, conflicts are down, and more species are joining our alliance every day." Richard nodded. "And the best part? We didn't have to force anyone. They all chose to join because they saw a better way." The final defeat of Vixol was recorded in history books across the galaxy, but it wasn't remembered for the battle. It was remembered as the day when everyone finally understood that the old ways were over. Humanity had changed the galaxy not just with superior technology or better weapons, but with better ideas. Ideas about working together, sharing knowledge, and helping each other grow. On the Earth Unity's main screen, Alice looked at a message from a young alien student. "Thank you for showing us that power isn't about controlling others," it said. "Real power comes from helping others become strong too." That, she thought, was humanity's greatest victory. They hadn't just defeated the old council, they had shown the galaxy a better way to live. The age of human space dominance had begun. But it wasn't domination through fear or control. It was leadership through cooperation, teaching, and helping others. And that was the greatest power of all.